Hi, and welcome. Today, we are going to be talking about taking action. So we've kind of been building this really nice foundation over the last few days of really looking at, kind of getting ready for the race. We're not actually running the race yet, but we're getting ready for that race. And so some people struggle with the fact that there seems like there's a lot of building beforehand before you actually start taking the major life-changing steps to get into something. And I have just found that this way is a little bit more effective, because once you understand, kind of what your intentions are, getting really clear about some of your mindset and your hang-ups, like where are your struggles and your pitfalls going to be, being aware of those ahead of time so that you are fully capable of just seeing it for what it is, acknowledging this, oh, there's that hurdle, this is how I'm going to get over that, right? You already have a little bit of strategy set up for you to accomplish, your goal, to move through what could be stopping you. And you also have gotten in touch with kind of why you want to go ahead and make these changes. You've already seen how your comfort zone is not totally comfortable, and you're ready to move beyond that because, and that's where your deep underlying kind of reasons and whys are, right? With your boundaries, you understand why it's so important to stay committed and honoring to, what you're choosing to do and create in your life. And you're setting up parameters to make that happen. And so all of these little pieces kind of get set up in place first, so that now you're ready to kind of move more fully into taking action. And so there's just one last piece I want to kind of introduce you to before we move into choosing action steps. So what I would love to do is kind of introduce you to a new way of looking at goal setting. And there's a very traditional way that that most people think of this, right? And it's very, very linear, and so anyway, so we're gonna think about we're gonna buy a car, right? This is a goal for a lot of people at one point or another in their life, and sometimes multiple times, right? And so we know that there are a series of steps to take in order to get to the car, which is the goal. So first you might you might start saving for a down payment. Then you're going to start shopping around for the car you want, kind of looking, seeing what's out there, find the dream car that you're looking for. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to, probably find out what you can be approved for a loan, and kind of that process, right? And then you go to the dealership, you do everything there, and you get the car, and ta-da, you're done. The downside with this is that sometimes you work so hard to get to a goal, and then you're there and you're like, oh, this wasn't exactly as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be. This is leaving, there's something missing, I don't know, what's next after this, right? You kind of like, there's a false high, that sense of fulfillment and accomplishment doesn't always last as long. And I think that some of that is because this goal is a great goal, but there was something bigger underneath that. So what I'm going to introduce to you is the idea that there is a feeling that this goal is really all about, right? So if we think about a car, sometimes for people, wanting that car, it's because there's a deeper desire for a sense of accomplishment, a symbol of success. Sometimes it's that freedom, right? The new car smell, windows down, hair blowing, like it feels really free. It's very exciting, right? So those would be the things that should be the goal. And that's what I'm going to help us incorporate in our everyday life, is that feeling, right? So just for example's sake, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take freedom. Okay. So freedom is at the center because that's really what we were looking for with that car idea, right? A car was this symbol of freedom for us. And so what is going to help kind of like ease that sense of, deflatedness when you get to the end result and that end goal and you don't feel quite as excited and elated, or it doesn't last as long, we really want to be feeding this feeling, this emotion. That's really what we want. And so for that, maybe we can do things like dance, sing, right? Maybe it's hiking, right? It could be, so you can kind of see like there's a variety of things that could be going on here that are contributing every day to this feeling, right? We could be learning, right? Reading a book, maybe that's a sense of freedom. Maybe having time to, just play in the garden. Gardening is my art therapy and my form of art, and so so I do that. But so these are little things that can be done every day to feed this feeling of freedom, which is what we're really looking for, right? And once we are filled up with that feeling and we're doing things every day to get us that feeling, we can still be working towards that big goal of the car, right? So we're going to save money. Right? So we want to still, in this wheel of goal setting and goal driving, we want to add in a couple of things that are really taking us to that bigger long-term goal, right? But we want more feeding in every day in small bits. So what we'll do now is like because that's kind of a nice concept to start with. And so now we'll look at some things, and we're going to look at health. Now, I think that health, or being healthy, it is a great goal, and it's good. But I think that sometimes there's something even deeper underneath that, right? Like being healthy sometimes means we want to feel beautiful. Maybe we want to feel energized. Maybe we want to feel more joyous. And again, maybe we want more freedom, because maybe if our bodies are feeling better, we're more free to do and be more than what we're currently doing. So I'm going to use healthy, but I really suggest that you look at that more and say, what about healthy is really important? What's really driving that? And kind of see if you can find that particular feeling and then go from there. So healthy, right? So we're going to start off with healthy, and so all of these little things every day are going to be, feeding in to this healthy perspective. We're going to start out with spelling, drinking water, right? Simple, necessary, and when I say drinking water, it's not just drinking a cup of water a day, but there is a real a significant amount of water that you need to drink every day to hydrate your body. It has a huge impact on your overall health and organ function, and we'll get into that, I think, probably tomorrow. But today we're going to talk about, drinking water is going to lead to healthy, getting good sleep, right? And again, like well-rested sleep, where you're going to bed at a good time for you. You're getting the hours you need. It's really deep and restful. I know with mamas with little kids, this is sometimes a huge challenge because you don't get those long 8 hours, 7 hours stints. I think my son was probably 3 when he would actually sleep through the night, but up until that, he would wake up every 3 to 4 hours, sometimes every 2 hours for the first 2 years. It was rough. So I know what that's all about. So anyway, so sleep, right? And then we're going to eat more veggies. Right? Again, super easy. Add a salad into your day, or just one extra vegetable than you're normally eating. But that, every day, that feeds in, right? And then we're going to move my body, right? Moving my body, getting a little bit of exercise. It could be a walk. It could be dancing. It could be, playing with the kids, being real vigorous. Like I loved going and playing at the jungle gym with my son because I would do the, I would do some push-ups or, some jumping jacks or like whatever, or do the little monkey bars and you crawl across, get your heart rate up pretty quick. And then we're going to laugh and love, right? That leads to healthy all across the board. Laughter and loving, like that is one of the quickest ways to help boost your energy and your spirits and really kind of create an overall sense of health. It's kind of amazing to me how many stories there are where people have, found that they could get rid of their cancer simply by resting, eating good, and laughing and being around people that they love. Powerful stuff. And then I'm going to write on here purpose. Like knowing your purpose, having an idea of what it is, and then doing something about that on a daily basis. And, no one's going to know your purpose but you. And that's where I think listening to your heart and that part of your compass is really important. Your purpose lives here. And when you start to listen more and honor your purpose, your health is going to get better. You're going to feel more healthy. You're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to feel more energized. Like it's life-changing. And so with these 6 areas, like this is kind of like all life encompassing, right? I think that, the only other thing that we could really add into this would be relationships. But I think that relationships can be played into these 2 big pieces here, right? Your career can fall into your purpose, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe, it's somewhere in here and maybe you have more, slats and all of that to fit more stuff in. But I would really love to see you create a goal wheel with more of your, that desired feeling, right? That desired sense of being, whatever that is for you. Healthy, freedom, joy, energized, you name it, it's limitless. But really think about that idea. And then with some of the areas that you've decided you want to focus on, for your health challenge and your healthy habits, really dive into this and incorporate some of those, some specific activities to help feed into, pushing that area and that goal forward. But at the same time, see if you can come up with a variety of other options to help feed and fuel this, healthy, energized, joyful sense of being. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know, email me, post it in the Facebook page, and I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Okay, take care.